Okay, so we fixed it.
The crowd is assembled at the United Center looking for a Bulls win here in Chicago, and we've got it right here for you on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, joining me, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and the entire 2K Sports crew. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Richmond is out there with Webb. And for Chicago, Jordan, he's in at shooting guard. Dennis Rodman is out there with Pippen. Then it's B.J. Armstrong, and it's Cartwright in at the 5. Home in the paint.
You know, in that first round against the Pacers, the Bulls got a bit of a scare, but they were able to bounce back and get it done in 5 games.
Richmond against Jordan. Right side, Jordan shoots over Richmond. The shot's good from Jordan. Jordan's got the opening field goal of the game for the Bulls. Back to the Bulls, you know, Steve, they kind of started the playoffs a little bit slow against Indiana, a very feisty Pacer team, but then turned it up in the later rounds.
Well, remember, this is a young team, and it was their first taste of the playoffs, so they got the experience. They started to really turn it up against Atlanta, but then, of course, ran into Miami and kind of ran out of steam.
He's covered by Richmond, and he flushes it through. Spike Slamcam with the replay.
There isn't anybody in the building that didn't appreciate that throwdown.
Well, Steve, that's as fancy a finish as you could possibly get.
A serious degree of difficulty on that one. Well, last year in the West, Sacramento had the worst record against the East than any team in the Western Conference. So 9-21, they really struggled.
And he's unable to convert here on the three-point play. Back to the Kings. Overall, you know, Steve, as you said, 9-21 against the East. They were getting trounced outside Clark, the Western Conference.
Yeah, they're a young team, though, and they'll figure it out eventually. I mean, they've got some decent young talent there, Kevin. I think they've got the ingredients now. It's a matter of growth and development, and as we've said many times, that takes time.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, Kevin. Yes, Sacramento's head coach and I were able to chat. Ball movement is going to be a big part of their offensive game plan tonight, with the reason being limiting their shot blockers. He said if we go straight up on them, they'll turn us away every chance. If we get their bigs moving and playing catch-up, we can get good looks that won't be blocked. That's our goal. Guys?
Thanks for getting back to us on that report, Doris. Guys?
You know, it's really important not to be afraid of the defense over there. I mean, you can't be playing in a fearful fashion. You just got to pick your spots and execute.
Yeah, and be aggressive. You know, you're right, Clark. You can't be intimidated by the speed and strength of this defense. You got to have confidence to take your shots when they're there and attack the lanes when you got an opportunity.
And here are the Kings now. The Bulls getting the bucket.
Boy, that's a wonderful read and react play to pick that pass off.
Gets the bucket. Jordan's got 8.
I think their only hope now, Clark, is to slow him down with a double team.
Well, they got to stop the bleeding, put the tourniquet on, and he's been tough to play straight up.
Now, here is Webb. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Minnesota. Here's Jordan. Back to Pippen. There's the screen. 5 to shoot. No good from Jordan.
First miss of the game after 4 makes, so it's been a hot start.
Richmond outside. He's covered by Armstrong. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, the Kings really struggled last year no matter where they played, but they did manage to win more games on the road than they did at home. That's kind of an interesting stat.
And the first one at the line is good. Going back to the Kings, they were so bad at home that just to be mediocre on the road would get them more wins.
Yeah, it was really a strange thing to see, Kevin. The Kings struggled so mightily in Sacramento, but I think some of the rumors about whether the team was going to be there, what ownership was thinking, all of that had to play a role, and the struggles at home. It once was one of the best buildings and atmospheres in the NBA, and that certainly has not been the case in recent years.
Here's Cartwright looking for his first bucket of the game. That's good. About 6.5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Right block shot. Number 23. Here's Paulinis, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
How about the energy he puts into crashing the boards, guys?
Chicago leading. Clark, this is the first they're seeing of Sacramento.
You know, sometimes you worry about a letdown when you play a weaker team, but that didn't happen last year. They handled this team in both games.
Here's Armstrong. Deflects the pass. And here they come. Here's Richmond. And that misses. That would have put him up. The point you made a second ago, Steve, was true. They took them as seriously as they would any other opponent, despite where they stood in their conference.
And we all know it. That's one of the marks of a good team, guys. They don't take anybody lightly. They bring the same focus and intensity to every game. You know, you wouldn't pin the point guard tag on him the way he throws it down like that.
No way.
Now, monster dunks like that, I mean, that's not just for big fellas, guys. I mean, the little guys can do that at times, too.
Outside Jordan. He's covered by Richmond. 6 on the shot clock. And again, Chicago. No good. The Kings leading, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
That foul trouble in that game, a huge issue. This is a team that can be a little too aggressive at times.
Yeah, I'm all for physical basketball, guys. I mean, I enjoy that, but they went over the line. I mean, it ended up being their downfall, the physicality, because it produced fouls that led to free throws.
Webb up top. He's covered by Armstrong. From about 19 feet. Rebound by the Bulls. Pippen's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, the defense they were facing didn't put up much of a fight. I mean, they had wide open looks all game long.
Yeah, I know, and they were pretty much able to do whatever they wanted to out there.
The defense a little shaky there, and he had a good look.
Richmond against Jordan. Jordan gets called for the reach. That is his first foul of the game. Chicago making some changes. Luke Longley's checked in for Cartwright, and it's Paxson in for B.J. Armstrong. So the Kings called timeout. They're first.
Well, Chicago really established its home record last year at the United Center. In fact, they finished with the best record at home in the Eastern Conference. That was one of the big reasons why they were the #1 overall seed in the playoffs.
So it's Sacramento now. Blocked. Chicago trailing here. Richmond against Jordan. Off the mark, and the drought continues. You mentioned the Bulls, Steve, tied the other #1 seed, the Spurs, for the best home record in the entire league. Boy, those were 2 great teams in the regular year, Clark.
They certainly were. 36 wins and 41 tries. Just what you'd expect from a team that was so dominant at home like the Bulls were. You know, nice work getting inside that time. I mean, that's the spot where his height advantage is really going to pay off for him, and he used it.
And here is Webb. Back to Smith from the baseline. Basket is good. The assist from Webb. And the Kings lead by 1. Paxson kicks to Jordan. No good. And the Kings the other way. Now Webb. Richmond with it. Guarded now by Dennis Rodman. And that one's good. And it's a 3-point Kings lead.
He's been so solid. You've got to keep him out there on the floor, really doing a nice job for the offense.
Jordan against Richmond. Richmond against Jordan. Good from 11 feet out. Jordan's got 12 points in the game.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Boy, I like the fluidity I'm seeing from them on offense. It's a thing of beauty. Fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. They're moving the ball well, finding the open man, making that extra pass. They're playing very unselfishly right now.
Here's Paxson. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Shoots over Richmond. No good from Jordan.
They got that rebound, but this is not how they wanted to start the game in terms of hitting the glass.
Yeah, it's about time they actually got a rebound. It's time to get physical here in this game.
And here are the Kings now. They lead by 4. Number 31. It's in.
His footwork in the low post is tremendous, almost ballerina-like.
Webb against Paxson. Kicks to Jordan. It's hauled in by the Kings. Here's Richmond. Uncovered. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
That's the way to do it. Really nice ball movement there.
Bulls trail by 8. Backing down is Jordan. And the pass to Longley. Jordan. He's covered by Richmond. Jordan, the pass to Longley to stop the run. Here comes Webb. Richmond right side. He's picked up by Jordan. Just 5 to shoot. Open look. Richmond with the bucket. And it's a 10-point Kings lead.
And a great start offensively.
Yeah, they've come out strong. I mean, really scoring and playing with confidence.
You can't make anything.
On offense, here are the Kings. They're on a 20-6 run. The 3. It's rebounded by Paxson. And it's the Bulls with the ball, trailing by 10. Outside Jordan. He's covered by Richmond. Lets a floater go. Can't connect. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Kings. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. So with Rodman on the bench, here's the 5 for Tom Thibodeau right now. Jordan in a 2-guard. Also B.J. Armstrong out there. Cartwright is out there with Tony Kukoc. Abdul Wahab guarded by Jordan. Pass to Brown. He's covered by Armstrong. The 10-footer. Rebound by the Bulls. They've got the Wizards ahead of them for the next game. It's in Washington.
Man, that's too bad. Easy shot there, and you got to knock that one down.
Well, that's a concentration cramp right there. I mean, just lost focus.
Well, no defense there. I mean, he just takes the ball right to the rim.
Brown outside. There's the 3. The offensive rebound. Here's Williamson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That one on Kukoc.
Yeah, don't give up anything for free. I like that. Send him to the line.
Yeah, they don't want to sit back and watch you lay it in. I mean, make them earn it. Make them earn it. Don't give up anything easy. You know, from their 2010-2011 campaign, not too many bright spots for the Kings. They hustled on offense. Actually ended up second in the league in offensive rebound.
Backing down is Jordan. Dunked hard with one hand.
Let's call him a speed merchant. I mean, he was a blur going in for that throwdown.
Special thanks to the camera crew as well for giving us that last Sprite slam cam. Steve, what do you think of the front line of the Kings? It seems like a lot of workhorses up there.
Yeah, 4 guys last year getting almost 2 offensive rebounds a game. So this is a club that really is athletic and strong on that front line. And they were at their best when they were really pounding the offensive glass.
Brown outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. Brown's got his first 3 points of the game. Here's Jordan. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
When you look at when the Bulls' fortunes turned, I mean, getting that ping pong ball to bounce their way in 2008, which ended up being Derrick Rose, that's a player that can change the direction of your franchise in a hurry, and he has.
Clark, back to the point you made, seems to be how it always, Steve, works out for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, how about the odds of them getting Derrick Rose? About 1.7%. So they got lucky, but they took advantage, and Chicago has really built its team around Derrick Rose.
Brown down low. He's covered by Armstrong. With 1 on the clock. Blocked. Bulls trail by 7. Passes it to Carter. Outside Jordan. Picked up by Brown. Layup off the pick. And it's Sacramento's ball. They've led by as much as 10. Picked his pocket. Jordan dishes to Kukoc. Back to Jordan. That's tipped. Kings leading now by 7. Jordan with the rebound. And it's the Bulls with the ball. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter.
So now that's twice we've seen the offense collapse. That's back-to-back empty trips because of turnover.
Yeah, and that's going to be a problem because now all of a sudden you start turning the ball over, you lose all offensive rhythm and flow.
Six to shoot. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Picked up by Brown. Backing down is Jordan. Feeds it to Armstrong. Back to Jordan. Can't get it to go. And it's Sacramento going the other way. Here's Abdul Wahed. Kukoc with the rebound. Bulls trail by 7. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
He wants to make a few adjustments out there, and he's running through those with his team right now.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Look at the Lakers. Long way to go still in the... Here is Richmond. 14 points for him. He's against Jordan. Lifts up. Richmond with the bucket. Richmond's got 16 points.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
Kerr kicks to Jordan. Back to Kerr. Now the feed to Jordan. He's covered by Richmond. Jordan the pass to Pippen. Clock at 4. For 3. They get it back. Tries again. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
It's been a little too easy for them inside, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Steve. I mean, they've really dictated the action in the paint. That's been their focus, and the defense hasn't mounted much resistance at all.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
You know, when you think about the Kings finding a way to stay in Sacramento another year, a lot of that credit has to go to the city, their fans, some former players. How about the mayor of Sacramento, former NBA All-Star Kevin Johnson?
Here's Webb. Kevin Johnson, you're right, Clark. He was a terrific leader in the NBA. He's been a terrific leader in Northern California. Steve, if there's one guy that can push this through, it's probably KJ.
Yeah, they still need a long-term stadium solution, Kevin, in Sacramento, but give Kevin Johnson credit, and also the Sacramento Kings organization for figuring out a way to keep them in the city for the time being, and let's hope they can find a long-term solution.
You know, for a little guy, he's really got game on the low block. His combination of strength and footwork make him a load to handle down there.
Jordan kicks to Pippen. Shot from the wing. A shot by Jordan, no good. Kings leading now by 6. Here's Richmond, and he cruises to the hoop for the layup. Richmond's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's put on an offensive clinic. They've got to deny him the ball.
Yeah, and if that fails, then double him, Steve. I mean, they can't allow him to continue to hurt him like this.
Out of bounds, and they retain possession. Chance to check out the Sacramento Kings' upcoming schedule. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Here's Jordan. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. Here's Wennington. He kicks it to Rodman. Clock at 6. Gets a look. And Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got 25 points.
Wow, you really have to sit back and admire what this guy is doing for his team right now. They're down, yet he stepped it up and he's delivering.
Richmond against Jordan. 13 feet out.
He thought he made that one.
He sure did. I mean, it was an excellent look. It just didn't go down.
Richmond against Kerr. Outside Jordan. From deep. Rebound by the Kings. They've led by as much as 10. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Now here's Richmond. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Richmond's got 22.
Well, that was a nice start. After having a good first quarter, he's showing us more of the same here.
Backing down is Jordan. Oh, that's blocked. Kings leading now by 8. He dishes it to Webb. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
He's not their first option, but not a bad fallback either.
A minute 20 left to play here in the half. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does, and now it's to the point where they just feel unstoppable.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Both teams will make substitutions. On defense, Chicago. 8-point game. Here's Polynice. What a terrific move that was. And the Kings lead by 10.
Boy, I love the way they've been attacking inside, Kevin.
All right, guys, they're getting a lot of points in the painted area, not settling for outside shots, and I don't see any reason to change strategy here.
Five on the clock. Shoots from 12. Jordan can't get it to go.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the boards. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead, and it shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game.
Pippen gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul. 19 seconds left here in the second. Back to Richmond. He's against Jordan. Just 5 on the clock. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Misses the wing jam.
From from the start seemed like they were out of sync. They waited too long to get into their action.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that led to a very disjointed offense.
It's Saturday night. We're feeling all right. Out at Time Warner Cable Arena.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Here's Armstrong looking for his first bucket of the game on the court for Sacramento. Webb out there with Richmond. Here's Rodman. He drains the turnaround jump shot. Rodman's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Bulls. Steps back and shoots. Webb can't hit. Bulls trail by 8. With his first shot attempt, pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
He's got a good clear look right over the top of his defender because of that height advantage.
You know, seeing the Bulls here, they were just absolutely terrific against the Western Conference last year, and I don't think that should be a surprise at all.
Dishes it to Richmond. He's covered by Armstrong. Richmond with the bucket. Richmond's got 24.
It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
Like you mentioned, the Bulls in the West, Steve, they were 23-7 against the conference. Very good numbers.
That was the best mark of any team in the East. 3 more wins than the Heat, who came in second with 20.
Number 23, he's guarded by Cartwright. Tries a 3. Webb can't hit.
This just has not been his day so far.
Now here's Pippen. He's covered closely. Gets it to go. Pippen's got 6.
Good job creating an easy bucket there.
And here is Webb. Here's Williamson. Goes up. And good coming off the assist by Spud Webb.
Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
Jordan up top. He's covered by Richmond. Jordan, that savvy little up fake there. Fooling the D. Jordan's got 31 points. Richmond against Jordan. Richmond no good. Bulls trail by 4. Trying to go big for the alley-oop, but good defense got in the way. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Richmond's got 4 points in the quarter. Left side, Jordan. Fades back. And that one goes long.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
Richmond dishes to Webb. Jordan is tagged with the reach. That's foul number 2 for him. It's stolen by Rodman.
And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that pass. I don't like.
A replay here. The strike slam cam showing us how it's done.
Well, he took that one to the rack with some purpose.
I'll say beautiful dunk there, Steve.
Yeah, how about the agility? Just the power and the skill. Impressive.
Kings leading now by 4. Now Webb. Richmond with the screen on Armstrong. There's the double team with Pippen. 4 on the clock. High post try. Number 23. Rebound by the Bulls. Pippen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Armstrong passes to Jordan. That's good. Jordan's got 35 in the game.
Well, they found the touch here in the second half from the field, and everything else we talk about, folks, rebounding, defense, all of that, this game is still about making shots. You got to put the ball in the basket. That's the bottom line, and they found a way to do it here in the second half.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at New York, right now they're off to a fast start. First place in the conference. And checking out Chicago, a game and a half away.
You know, I think for Chicago, they've got to be a little dissatisfied right now. I mean, they're in pretty good shape, but not up to their normal standard.
Yeah, I agree with that, Clark. I think they were expecting big things this season, and
And that'll tie this game up.
You know what? There he goes again. I mean, it's not a stretch at all to call him one of the NBA's elite premier dunkers. He's actually platinum.
You're right. You know, Steve, when he gets in his mind to attack the rim, it's always something to see.
yeah, it's exactly what we've come to expect from him, because he does it continually on a night-in, night-out basis.
And stolen by Jordan. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Well, that's great. You take advantage of that turnover and convert at the other end.
Absolutely. I mean, points off turnovers this time generated off the steal.
Richmond outside. Rodman is whistled for reaching in. That is his first foul of the game. The Kings are making a switch. Smith is checked in.
Into the lineup of the Kings.
Here's Webb. He's picked up by Jordan. Will it go? A second chance effort. And another shot. Richmond outside. Shoots the three. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Rodman's got his fifth rebound in this one.
Not his best quarter. I mean, the shots just haven't fallen for him.
And here's what the Chicago Bulls schedule is looking like. They've got the Wizards ahead of them for the next game. It's in Washington. Here's Webb. Shot clock at 6. He's covered by Armstrong. Webb, he trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Webb's got 6.
Again, they attack the hoop from the lane, and it's been really good to them.
Yeah, they're getting whatever they want down there. That's 4 of their last 5 buckets coming in the paint area.
Here's Jordan. Misses at the rim. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, Steve and Kevin, you guys got to love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
Yeah, sure is. And when all 5 guys, Clark, are threats to score, that makes it so tough on the defense, because now you can't account for everybody when the ball's moving so quickly. Just a total lack of focus, was not paying attention to where he was.
Tony Kukoc, he's checked in for Chicago. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Boy, he wanted that one. Couldn't get it to go, but he will go to the line.
You know, Steve, that was just a case of him not quite being able to get it to go his way.
The Kings trailing. Webb with it. He's got 6. Richmond left side. And that one's good. Richmond's got 28 points for the game.
Guys, this game's tied up primarily because of him. I mean, who knows where they'd be without his points today.
Out to Kukoc. Richmond against Jordan. The pass to Carter. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. With the clock winding down. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Aggressive transition game leads to the easy hoop.
Yeah, I love to see these guys just trampolining to the hoop.
Here's Jordan, and he's got 41. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And he can't get... the first one. And the Kings making a change here. So he comes up empty at the line.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps, and they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
Looked like he hit him on the release of that shot, so good call by the official.
Very easy one there. It sends him to the line for a pair of free throws.
Here's Jordan. Goes right up on the money. Jordan's got 43 points.
Hasn't had a whole lot of misses here in the quarter. Very sharp shooting right now. It's fun to watch. Guys, the focal point was not defense for the Kings last season. A lot of easy looks were gained by the opponents, and it resulted in them being one of the worst in the league in terms of field goal defense.
Great hands down low. Gets the takeaway.
The layup missed.
He should make that one. Guys, he had a pretty good look at the basket. Just couldn't get it to go.
Hurley guarded by Jordan. Three-pointer, and it's good. He's got 5. Good observation, Clark. Bad D for Sacramento. You've got to begin someplace. And, Steve, they don't even have a lockdown defender that I can think of off the top of my head.
No, and Kevin, they're so young that they don't really have a concept of team defense. So you would hope as a Kings fan that the experience that Sacramento's players have gotten the last couple of years will start to pay off, and they'll grow to be a more well-rounded defensive club as a unit. Got to give him a lot of credit for the way he's played personally, trying to bring his team back.
Hurley, he's covered by Armstrong. Easy shot. Again, Sacramento.
Boy, both teams showing a lot of hustle, Clark.
Steve, especially since halftime. I mean, they're flying around out there, giving up a lot of energy and putting together a pretty good show.
Cartwright gets the bucket.
Well, when the double team's in place, it really spreads the floor offensively.
Hurley, he's covered by Armstrong. And he banks in the layup. 8 points for him.
He had almost a free run to the hoop that time, Kevin. I mean, that was too easy.
Here's Jordan. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That free throw, no good.
They're digging their own hole here, throwing dirt on themselves. They haven't been nearly as efficient from the line as they were in the first half, and that can be self-destructive.
Good on the second free throw. And stolen by Jordan.
They still lead, but they've got to do a much better job taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they've been very careless with it, and that's why this lead is evaporating right now. They've got to take care of the basketball.
Back to Webb. There's a screen to the paint. Ball stolen.
Come on, he's got to know better than to try to force that pass down low.
Offensive rebound, and it's blocked. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points.
For Jordan.
As the fourth quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite Spark of the Game, presented by Sprite. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Kevin, the spark in this game, the big push by the Kings. Some fantastic effort and work on the defensive end in the third period has been crucial to them gaining control and setting the tone. Most important for them, building the lead. We'll see if they can keep it, guys.
Thank you, Doris. They made a statement with that big run, Clark.
They sure did. I mean, actually, this team has what I like to call spurtability.
Clark, that's becoming one of our trademarks right there.
Without question.
We're all over it.
One of the great basketball words out there.
And Clark, I think the defense was sort of shell-shocked by that spurtability. They were reeling.
So with Rodman on the bench, here's the 5 for Tom Thibodeau right now. Jordan in at shooting guard. Also Kerr out there. Pippen is out there with Bill Wennington. Now here's Jordan. Passes it to Wennington. Fires for 3. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10. Richmond. Basket is good. The assist from Webb. And it's an 8-point Kings lead. Chicago calls timeout. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Tom Thibodeau had some words for his team in that last huddle. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Things starting to get sloppy for them out there. They just aren't taking care of the ball the same way they were earlier.
Good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Another bucket there, trying to extend this lead, guys.
I like what they're doing. I mean, putting together a run here, building that lead. They could get to the finish line comfortably.
Here's Webb. Richmond right side. Richmond right side. He's picked up by Jordan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up on the elbow, and the Kings check on 2 more.
He's showing some signs of life here in the second after having a very forgettable first half.
Now let's check out the spike slam can.
Now that's a special order right there.
Not everybody can cap off a dunk like that.
Yeah, very difficult maneuver, but a tremendous one if you can pull it off.
And here is Webb. Here's Polanese. Basket is good. The assist from Webb. Webb's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing.
And yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork.
And that's the way it's been. A big margin for them in the rebounding category.
You know, sometimes you got to get down and dirty and do the dirty work. And in this one, they've done it, and it's paid off on the scoreboard in a big way.
Kerr kicks to Jordan. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Jordan's got 50 points. Kings leading now by 10. Now Webb. Richmond outside. Guarded by Jordan. And he makes the first. So both teams making some changes here. He's perfect from the line this time.
Wow, what a turnaround from the line this half. Not one foul shot missed yet.
Well, when you have the lead and you're trying to close out games, you've got to make free throws, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Jordan's got 52 points. Here's Sacramento now. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Left side, Brown. Great ball movement. Richmond against Pippen. Here's Brown. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. And the Kings lead by 12.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
Yeah, that's 4 straight trips, guys, where their passes have ended up in scores. 4 straight assists. Great team play. Very easy call to make. There was no question contact on that shot.
Yeah, you can allow a little contact, but not quite that much.
And guys, shoot-arounds have been a tradition in the NBA for a long time. But in recent years, a lot of teams have decided to eliminate shoot-arounds or make them later in the day based on scientific studies about proper sleeping habits.
Here's Jordan. Takes it up. It's hauled in by Brown. Kings leading now by 10. Got a piece of it. They're looking to trim the deficit to single digits. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
As soon as they force that turnover, they really attack the rim. I like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought that was the highlight of the sequence.
Here's Brown. The other thing about eliminating morning shoot-arounds, the research said that having players on a later schedule is actually a good thing.
Kevin, you think about it. I mean, normally you have your most energy in the middle of the day, but most games are played at night. So if you're on a later schedule, it's probably a way for players to have a little more energy at tip-off as long as they take advantage of being able to come in later.
6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, Jordan can't get it to go.
They keep pounding them on the glass here in this one. Just a tremendous job rebounding the ball.
Well, that's half the battle. I mean, you go after it every single time. It's a mindset. Never assume the shot's going in. You've got to always assume the shot's going to come off the rim, and it's going to be yours.
Right side, Jordan.
I'm hungry.
Right side, Jordan. Longley. Outside, Pippen. Right side, Jordan. Unload from 9. The shot is off, and it's Sacramento going the other way.
Way too loose on that inbounds pass.
Dennis Rodman. He's checked in for Luke Longley. The Kings are making a switch.
The game didn't want to win this game.
And here are the Kings now. They lead by 11. Webb with it. Goes up the baseline, and he hits the jump shot. And the Kings lead by 13.
Spud Webb.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
Jordan gets called for the reach. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That's number 4 on him, and he's got to start being aware of how close he is to 6. I mean, he's got one more foul before being Dairy Queen. DQ'd, that is.
Jordan gets the reach-in call. That will be foul number 5 on him. Here's Webb. Jordan against Richmond. The wing jumper off target.
Well, I guess they can get them when they need them. That's a good job of getting to the miss.
Up with it. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
Little pogo stick action right there. I mean, up once for the rebound and right back up again for the dunk. A quick jump.
Yeah, a real energy play. What'd you say, Steve?
Yeah, and it was. And it had to be. Otherwise, there's no way he had a chance at that ball unless he anticipated it and really went after it.
Here's Jordan from outside off the mark.
Kevin, he's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. With time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
Williamson. He is guarded by Cartwright. Kept alive. Here's Williamson, and the rejection by Rodman. Bulls trail by 11. Beyond the arc. Jordan's shot is off.
Oh, it's been a turbulent quarter, really rough for him. Nothing going his way, but he seems determined to shoot his way out of it.
And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
2 minutes, 2
Launches a three. Can't hit.
Looks like he's just trying to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but I don't know about that shot attempt.
Six to shoot. Richmond against Pippen. Goes up. Rodman with the rebound. Rodman's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
I think he wanted some one-on-one time with the rim. He wasn't letting that thing go.
No, a little pose up there hanging on the rim, just kind of showing off a little bit, Clark.
Here's Webb. Well, Clark, they can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. 1:19 left here in the fourth quarter. Armstrong dishes to Jordan. Takes it up, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. You know, Clark, they've been out-rebounded by a big margin here today.
Yeah, but still it's a close game, Kevin. It all comes down to maybe just a handful of plays here.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
He's been to the line here more than in the first. I thought he was a bit tentative in that first, but I like the aggressiveness he's showing here now.
Pulls up from the corner. It's all in by the Bulls.
Not much time now.
Yep, they'll need some breaks, Steve, to be able to stay alive.
Buries it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Didn't really try to take on the D by himself. I like that. Very unselfish play.
Less than 1 minute left. Armstrong against Webb. He's covered by Armstrong. Clock at 6. Richmond backs in, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
No room for mistakes right now.
Here's Jordan. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Well, the defense has to commit so much attention to him. He's just an important part of this offense.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
Here is Richmond. He's picked up by Pippen. And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Gets them both, and it's a 5-point ballgame.
With that trip to the line, he just made it a 2-possession game, Kevin.
Time call here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 5. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And I'm sure they're discussing who they'd like to foul here after they can get a quick bucket, hopefully.
Honestly, Steve, they may not have enough time to be choosy. They just have to get a quick foul.
And that's an intentional foul. Sinks the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. 2 for 2, and it's a 7-point ballgame.
Clutch free throws there. He drained them all to raise the lead.
Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What's your take, guys?
Not a whole lot they can talk about here, but you do want to finish the game on the right note.
Well, I guess they're going to try to pull a rabbit out of their backpack.
Here's Webb.
In a while, I have to do something.
So the Kings win it. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. very on top of their game here.
Well said. And that'll wrap it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan, and thanks for tuning in.
Well, I will close the stream for about an hour, 45 minutes, guys. I have to go out to do some things, yeah.